Think about this for a moment. Enterprise app development hasn't materially changed in a decade. We're still largely stuck with multi-week build cycles, persistent challenges with getting offline functionality to work properly, and the lack of true native SAP integration. And now, with the rise of AI, we're seeing a lot of development tools that can generate snippets of code, but they almost always stop short of generating the actual application. This is Neptune Talks, where we share short insights on SAP execution and innovation. So today we're going to dig into a pretty significant leap forward. This idea of moving from simple AI assistance to what's now being called full prompt-to-application development, specifically for enterprise-grade SAP applications.
That's a really important distinction to make. The concept of going directly from a business requirement to a fully working application sounds like the goal we've been promised for years.
It is, and the contrast with the old way is stark. For the last decade, if you wanted a new enterprise app, you were looking at a heavy lift before you even got to the core logic. Developers used to start with project setup, then building out the UI scaffolding, configuring all the integrations, writing boilerplate code.
Right. All the groundwork, all the ceremony that burns time and budget, and that's before you even get to the user experience. A lot of those older enterprise apps were clunky and difficult to use, which hurt adoption rates.
But now, with a platform like Neptune DXP and its new release of Naia Build, the starting point shifts entirely. Developers start with a business requirement, and Naia takes them to a working application.
So what does that generated application look like? Because enterprise grade implies a certain level of polish and adherence to standards.
That's a great question. It's not just about spitting out code. The platform gives you control over the design language. Naia generates applications that match the design you choose.
Okay, so you have options?
Yes, if you're building something where a modern user experience is the top priority, you can choose consumer-grade patterns. But if you're building an internal app where compliance and consistency with the existing SAP landscape matter most, you can generate it according to SAP Fiori guidelines.
So it's flexible. But I have to say, the idea of generating a full application from a text prompt, it naturally raises some flags for me around quality, governance, and especially security. Unrestricted AI-generated code introduces a ton of new risks.
You're right to be cautious, and that's probably the most critical distinction here. This isn't about letting an AI run wild in a sandbox. Naia Build combines the speed and flexibility of AI with the controls of a governed enterprise platform.
A governed platform. Okay, what does that mean in practice?
It means you are still operating within the necessary governance, security, and architectural guardrails that any large enterprise requires. The focus is on real-world business solutions built directly inside Neptune DXP, not just on creating code in isolation.
That makes sense. It's AI with guardrails. And has this been tested in live scenarios? It's one thing in a lab, another with real developers and real data.
It has. The application generation happens against live SAP and enterprise data, and over the past few months, there have been hands-on workshops called liftoff labs, bringing together developers, partners, and customers to work directly with Naia Build.
Interesting. What was the feedback from those labs?
The response has been overwhelmingly positive. Participants consistently highlighted the ability to move from an idea to a working application much faster, while still feeling secure within those enterprise controls we were just discussing.
It sounds like the whole conversation is shifting then. For a while, it felt like the main goal of AI in development was just to help us write code faster.
That's exactly it. The goal isn't writing code faster, it's better business outcomes. AI's true potential is unlocked when it shifts the focus away from tedious implementation details and towards solving real operational problems.
A higher level focus.
Precisely. And this philosophy extends to the AI models themselves. Enterprises should not be locked into a single AI provider or model strategy.
So there's choice there as well.
Yes, this release expands Naia's multi-model AI strategy. For instance, it adds support for Claude through a bring-your-own-key model, sitting alongside the other premium models available.
Could you elaborate a bit on that multi-model strategy? What does that mean in practice for an enterprise?
Absolutely. It's built on three core principles. The first is your contract, your control. This is the bring your own key or BYOK model we mentioned with Claude. It means enterprises can use their own negotiated contracts and rates with AI providers, giving them control over costs and terms.
That makes sense. So, no vendor lock in on the commercial side. What's the second principle?
The second is having one unified governance model. Regardless of whether you're using GPT, Claude, or another model, the platform provides a single framework for planning, logging, and importantly, for rollback. This consistency is crucial for maintaining security and control in a complex enterprise environment.
So, it abstracts away the differences between the models from a management perspective. And the third principle is about flexibility, I assume.
Exactly. Not being locked into a single AI provider is key. The best model for one task, say code generation, might not be the best for another, like data analysis. This approach allows developers to use the right tool for the job, all within that governed framework.
That flexibility seems powerful. You also mentioned the Neptune Agent Studio. How does that fit into this ecosystem?
It's the central hub for all of this. Agent Studio is where you build, configure, and manage these AI agents that get embedded into applications. It's not a separate system. It's part of the same platform, so the agents operate under the same security and governance model as the apps themselves.
And what kind of agents are we talking about?
There are two main types. First, you have conversational agents, which are what you might typically think of, AI-powered chat interfaces that can be embedded in apps to help users with tasks or answer questions. Second, and this is really powerful, are agentic functions. These are agents that can be invoked programmatically to perform complex, multi-step tasks in the background.
So one is for user interaction, and the other is for automating processes behind the scenes. And because they're native components, they have secure access to the same enterprise data the application does?
Precisely. That's the key advantage. They aren't external bots making API calls from the outside. They are an integral part of the application architecture, which is a much more secure and robust way to integrate AI into core business processes.
And this all ties into the rest of the ecosystem. You mentioned things like deeper SAP awareness and offline support earlier.
Correct. There's expanded support for expanded enterprise applications and tighter integration with Neptune Agent Studio.
And Agent Studio is where you manage the AI agents within the apps, right?
Exactly. It's the centralized environment for configuring and managing AI agents that are embedded directly into operational workflows. It even provides AI-powered documentation generation. It's all designed to be a single, cohesive enterprise development experience.
That's a very comprehensive vision.
So after discussing all this, I think it really boils down to one main point.
Okay, what is it?
The key takeaway is AI in enterprise development is moving beyond simple code assistance to full application generation. But the real value comes from doing this within a governed platform that manages risk and focuses on business outcomes, not just implementation details.
Thanks for explaining that. And if you want more short insights like this on SAP, follow Neptune Talks. And if you want to explore more, you can visit neptunesoftware.com.